We are live.
Hi, good morning, mamas
Good
and
morning.
papas. I'm OG Mamacita. I don't have my lower third down today, so y'all are just going to have to remember my name. It's
No.
OG. I know it's a toughie. And over there on the other side of the screen is MJ, my partner in crime.
Hey, good morning.
And we have with us today Miss Jeanna Hoch. Hello.
Hello, how's everybody?
Hoch, right? Jeanna Hoch.
Hope.
Hoch.
Hoch. Dang
It's
it.
hard.
Hoch. Okay. So what do we say just in the green room? Hoch or toke?
Hoch like
Hoch.
toke. Toke your Hoch. There you go.
Okay. Okay. So Hoch. Jeanna Hoch. Okay.
Jeanna Hoch.
Because you know what? Honestly, I can't stand it when people call me Mary or, they just F up my name. It's like, it's Mary Jane. That's what my name is. So there we go.
It's an awesome
Just
name.
call her M or MJ.
It's a great name.
Thank you.
I think you're biased.
Just a little bit. I mean, both of you actually OG, like OG Kush, MJ, like marijuana. I'm like, wow, you guys have an underlying theme here.
I know. It's so funny, too, because I've grown up with people asking me, well, your parents must have been hippies or this and that. And actually, I was named after my grandma, who, is a lot older than the 60s, so her name is Mary Jane, so I was named after her. So it's kind of funny that in this day and age, it's totally not taken that way.
Yeah, no. And it's, it was the Reaper Madness era, but yeah. But my OG actually stands for officially geriatric.
Oh, you can't be that old.
Well, according to the nurse at my obstetrician's office when I went in for my sonogram, she's like, okay, you're officially geriatric, check.
They have awesome terms for us.
Yeah.
In that.
I love how you start the show, OG, with Mama Talks. You're like, I'm officially geriatric. Thank you very much.
That Mama Talks is our evening show. We do 2 evening shows, and the Mama Tribe After Dark present the Mama Tribe After Dark. Mine is Mama Talks, which MJ just mentioned, and hers is All Things Crunchy. So we're going to have you on Mama Talks on October 30th.
Yes.
To talk more about this. And for those of you that are joining us and kind of wondering what the hell we're talking about today to begin with, because we seem a little all over the board, we're talking about the normalization of cannabis consumption.
That's right.
Which you like to dabble in. You've done a show on it already.
Yeah, I did a really great show. I have to toot my own horn about that. It was a very informative show with a couple of really good experts on the physiological responses and the reactions to consuming cannabis during pregnancy and breastfeeding.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Yeah. I have yet to be able to watch it. I have the link. I can't wait to check it out.
Yeah, it's something that you can listen to in snippets, and I'd love your feedback totally, because it's really, I think the non-judgment aspect is really important to me.
That's pretty much all I'm about, is kind of ending the stigma and creating comfortability within cannabis consumption and the community.
So let's talk about your website, polyscimommy.com.
Okay.
Take us right into what you were talking about, and so tell us about how you started this your blog, your website.
I had been encouraged. I was encouraged by a couple of bloggers themselves. One, Christy Kemp of Breastfeeding Mama Talk. She's got a great Facebook page. Everybody should check her out, and she gave me a lot of encouragement, as well as Daphne Bly, who also has her own website and blog as well. I finally took my friends' nagging to heart and went ahead and threw up a blog of my own, and I had no idea where it would take off to. So I think it was my 3rd or 4th article is the one I wrote about coming out of the cannabis closet, or the canna closet, as we like to say.
I love that phrase, because so many parts of our culture are closeted.
Yes.
You know, and so I really like that that acknowledgement.
Yes.
That people are hiding this.
Yes, we take it very seriously that we want people to stop hiding and have pride about who they are and what they're choosing to do, because there's nothing wrong with choosing cannabis over prescription drugs and over-the-counter drugs. It's a more healthy choice, we believe, to help people with their varying ailments.
So you initially started this just to talk about political science and women's issues, and now your Poli-Sci Mommy project has kind of taken on
right.
a life of its own.
Yeah, Poli-Sci Mommy project has been backburnered, and I actually opened a company called Canam Mama Clinic. We are in the design process of our website currently. I mean, you can still go on polyscimommy.com and learn all about us and everything we do. We have Facebook pages, Instagram, Twitter, but right now I'm working on being able to help women in a larger scale. After I wrote my article, the amount of women flooding my inbox was impossible to actually help every single one of them, and so we're trying to create a system so that everybody can get the assistance that they need.
Hey, mamas, just to interject here, we have a lot of viewers this morning. Thank you for watching us live. Jeanna, you rocked it with inviting people to this event today, so thank you very much. If you guys have comments or questions, please post them. You can, if you're watching us on Google+, you should be able to just start typing in. And on YouTube, you can actually click over to Google and comment, or you can do a YouTube comment, whatever you want to do, but just let us know what you're thinking or if you have questions.
Yay! So I want to talk about this article that you've mentioned.
Okay.
Talk to me about this article. Tell me all about it.
So it started on a crazy whim. My husband likes to tell the story because before I hit enter, I was running around the house like a crazy woman, you know, deciding on whether or not I was going to do it. I knew when I hit that button that my chances of getting a real life job, real life, was kind of out of the question, and I was currently putting in applications to use my political science degree in a big girl job fashion. Yes. You know, I had taken off some time to have my child recently. My daughter's 20 months, and I did nanny work on the sides, which allowed me to bring my daughter to work, which is awesome. But yeah, it kind of went crazy because I finally hit that enter button, and my life completely changed. I decided that women needed to have a voice, to know that it's okay that they use cannabis. I've been using cannabis since I was like 12 years old. I am a normal person, you know, and I kind of want to just show that we're, you know, moms. We're the same kind of moms that every other mom is, whether it be a soccer mom or new to cannabis mom and just kind of curious, or, you know, lower income moms. We've got high class moms, you know. I mean, every single kind of mom you can imagine is probably at least curious about cannabis if they have ailments that could be beneficial.
So in this article, basically, you just said, hey, I use cannabis, I am a mom, I breastfeed, and women, Canam Mamas, should have the freedom to breastfeed.
Right, and I did tell my own story of how I was treated in the hospital with my daughter recently. You know, I actually had a great hospital birthing experience with my son. I was looking forward to the same experience, and a couple weeks before I went in to give birth to my daughter, I was having breathing issues, and, you know, they go through the gamut of what have you taken? Have you taken this? I didn't take anything, but I obviously admitted my cannabis use as that's my medicine. So it went directly into my file, and
that's what I was wondering. Yeah.
And they drug tested me directly after giving birth to my daughter, and drug tested my daughter as well. And so it kind of took a few well, more than a few months. It was over a year and a half before I kind of came to terms with how wrong that was. And I think it was after hearing other women's stories repeatedly. I kept noticing a pattern on my small Facebook forum that I created, just a little secret group called Cannabis Consumption and Peaceful Parenting. We talk about all kinds of crunchy things like you do. You know, we're against circumcision. Most of our women cloth diaper. I actually don't. I know. Baby wearing is a huge thing in our group. Stuff like that, you know. But we also are women that choose cannabis for varying reasons. And unfortunately, several of the women in my group, like myself, had varying levels of CPS involvement after their children were born, and it came to light that they had made the decision to use cannabis as opposed to such things as, like, you know, Zofran, for instance. So we all know Zofran
that doesn't,
not a drug, so.
There's not going to be some good side effects from that, from what we're reading and all the studies that are coming out for that.
Correct. And, you know, it's about informed consent. Women that choose to use Zofran, more power to them, right? But we just want the same right. We want the same right to say, we don't want to use that bottle. We don't want to go to the pharmacy. We want to go to our local dispensary or our favorite grower, or heck, grow our own. I mean, if you have the capabilities to grow your own amazing plant, go ahead and do it.
So just to clarify, you are in Colorado.
I am in Colorado, the great state of Colorado, or legalization, yes.
Right. That's what I'm really curious about. So if cannabis consumption recreationally and medicinally is legal, I don't understand why the need to drug test you and your child, particularly straight after birth. I don't know.
I don't either. I'm not a lawyer. I can't speak for the state. I mean, I would love to learn more as well. I believe that it is a federal issue still. You know, Child Protective Services and the laws governing them, they do vary state to state, just like everything else does, but there also are federal stipulations as well, and it's still a Schedule I narcotic, which means the government, water break.
Yeah, because when I was reading your blog about it, there wasn't any indication, unless I missed it, as to what prompted the testing.
I don't recall writing it, so maybe I should update that. But yeah, it was my own admission, you know, just honest admission. I really do not feel like I'm doing anything wrong. I don't feel like there's anything to hide, and I do feel that women should be able to be honest with their doctors about everything they're consuming, whether it's an herb like fenugreek or cannabis, or they're taking, you know, we all know how many different prescription drugs are available to pregnant women, and not all of them are good. Like Oxy.
Well, I'm just curious. I'm just wondering if somebody had if they were taking herbal medications that had powdered tiger penis in it, if they would alert the animal and wildlife people.
You know, and the thing is that, from my understanding, the policy varies from hospital to hospital. And from not only that, but the way that you're treated once it's been given over to CPS, it varies from social worker to social worker. I actually had a decent social worker. She came in, she listened to my side. I mean, I didn't even use epidural during my labor, so it's like, I'm not a drug addict.
Yeah. So
that was my defense. Like,
so you know what I'm thinking for you, Mama? I'm thinking if you want to have another baby, you need to have a home birth.
Oh, I know.
You can do it. Trust your body.
I know. You know what? Crazy. I've had 2 natural births, but I'm still afraid to do the home birth.
Well, you know what, then you know what I always say to my mamas, there's no baby coming out if you've got like fear, or, you know, you need to be comfortable where you're going to birth. If you need to birth in a hospital, you birth in a hospital.
Well, actually, I looked at some other venues that just opened up here in Colorado, and I'm not even planning to have another baby yet, but it just came to me. I hosted the Big Latch On this summer at a local spot, which was great, and I'm so sorry I cannot remember their name to give them a shout out right now, but I'll remember on the 30th to give them a shout out. But they were a wonderful facility, so if anybody's looking for, you know, a smaller, what do they call it, a midwifery center?
A midwifery?
Birthing. Yeah.
But it was
a big latch on here in San Diego too. We covered one here in San Diego, so.
And we were right next to Best Start, our birthing center. Well, but we have a few birthing centers here in San Diego. But yeah, I mean, those are awesome too. You know, for me, I actually had a home birth, and I just didn't want to drive in the freaking car. I was like, that.
No, that's awesome. I had a precipitous birth my last time around, so this next one we don't know how soon she'll come. You know, the baby will come. But yeah, a lot of the Canam Mamas are definitely recommending that, and that is what a lot of them choose.
Yeah.
One of my favorite admins, little Miss A, she just recently had a beautiful baby, and she had her baby at home, and actually used cannabis right before her midwives came over, and you know, it was great. She had a wonderful experience. So I'm trying to bring strength from the women around me to have you know, courage in the future to not have to go to a hospital.
Well, I'm really glad that we found you to add to our Mama Tribe, because you definitely fit right in. I mean, we're certainly in that same vein of trying to empower, not empowder, because that would be ridiculous. I know. Empower one another. And actually, you gave me a great segue, because one of my upcoming Mama Talks is going to be about unbreaking birth. And talking about how the birthing structure, the birthing culture in this country is really kind of warped. So
yeah, really bad. That's why I'm afraid. Like, I feel like I have to have a hospital, but that's so much propaganda.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I mean,
had a red tent event in your town?
What was that? I'm sorry.
Have you ever had a red tent event?
No.
MJ, can you tell her about the red tent, since you've been to one, right?
I haven't been to one, but I know a lot of people who run them and who have experience with them, and it's really like an event for moms who, it kind of doesn't even matter what type of birth you've had, but it's especially for moms who have had traumatic births or things that they've needed to get over. You know, just expecting to have a home birth and ending up transferring, and you know, those along those lines where you
you just weren't completely satisfied with your birthing experience. So the women gather in this red tent, and you know, it's very very welcoming and loving experience, from what I understand, and I'm looking forward to attending one soon. And they have them pretty regularly, I think like 2 or 3 times a year in San Diego, and I know they do them across the country. So
awesome. Canam Mama Clinic would love to be a part of that.
Oh, there you go. So okay, so tell me, the Canam Mama Clinic. I know. What exactly do you do with the Canam Mama Clinic? I'm confused.
So, right, that's actually what we're kind of trying to nail down. I'm trying to figure out exactly how I can best service the people that have things that they want. You know, my threads on Facebook are constantly questions and women asking for certain services, so I'm trying to provide them. I'm very, very, very pleased to announce that the gracious Miss Heidi Keys of Puff Pass Paint has given Canam Mama Clinic some space. Yes, it's awesome. She's going to go ahead and teach what she does, and she's going to teach us how to paint in a very relaxed setting where we can smoke cannabis or vape cannabis or use edibles. And the second half of the class, I'm going to do what I do right now and maybe have some guest speakers. This one, I'm still deciding on who I'm going to bring. It's my very first community clinic, and we're going to be discussing the endocannabinoid system, the possibilities of deficiency, and why Canam Mama Clinic actually advocates the use of cannabis during pregnancy and breastfeeding. So it'll be a great time, and I hope to provide more events like this, you know, on a monthly basis and stuff like that. Yeah.
So what kind of services are women looking for? I'm sorry, I'm really dense, but I'm just not getting this.
So it's kind of awesome, but it's kind of sad and awesome at the same time. The reason that they're looking for services is because they've been pushed into the closet. I mean, the isolation has really prevented women from understanding all the benefits of cannabis, all the different ways it can be consumed.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so the education aspect is lagging far, far behind the technological aspect of the cannabis industry. Yeah.
So Canam Mama Clinic is basically an educational outlet.
Yes, that's what we hope to be. We hope to give women education, information, accurate information, community entertainment, so that they can feel this empowerment and pride in their cannabis use. Because I feel pride in my cannabis use. I choose cannabis as opposed to the multitude of prescriptions I could be on. So we shouldn't be hiding.
Right after the same-sex marriage thing passed, I was saying that cannabis use is the new gay marriage.
Yes, I feel the same way. I love it when people compare it to that, because we are coming out of the closet. We're not going back in. It is a movement. I won't be shamed for my choices.
It's just yet one other thing that mamas need support in. I mean, that's one of the things that it goes across the board. You know, how we have our babies, what we do after our babies come out. You know, it just it's just another thing that we definitely, I appreciate you starting this, because, you know, they just need support. That's it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I think that, you know, if things that don't fall within mainstream, they're always going to be viewed as fringe, simply because of where they fall. But fringe doesn't necessitate evil. Fringe doesn't mean wrong. It just means fringe. It just means that it's on the edge and it's not being sucked through the current of the masses. So
right.
I love touching on these kinds of topics. Like I had mentioned to you that we did an episode on circumcision, 2 episodes, the second one to be released tomorrow on circumcision.
Right.
And
another hot topic.
It's just the tip. Just
but it's not. It's so much more. Stop cutting it off.
I know. But I was telling Jeanna before we started, because she asked how many followers we had, and I told her that we tend to lose and gain with each show.
Right. It's true.
Because people are like, oh my God, I love these women. They kick ass. And then it's like, what are they talking about?
I don't even care about the numbers anymore. I'm like, whatever. Okay, you know.
And for me, it's kind of like a gauge. I'm like, if we lose a ton of followers, I'm like, yes.
You're doing something right. If you're pissing people off, you're doing something right, right?
Right.
I know.
Right.
And that's just a little rebel in me. I don't know.
Yeah.
So can we talk a little bit about, too, Jeanna, your we advocate for breastfeeding all the time. We advocate for breastfeeding in public all the time. I've been harassed. I don't know if you, OG, have ever been harassed. I doubt somebody would harass you in public, girl. But yeah, you know, there was a picture that you posted, and it was like, was it like a year ago, or?
Gosh, a little bit over now. I guess a year and a half.
Okay.
But yeah, it went viral.
So
that's kind of what started my online presence. You know, that's when I started gaining followers, and I realized that I had a platform and I needed to use it. So I've always had kind of a big mouth, and once that kind of fell in my lap, once again, just like this thing did, I just ran with it. And that's how I started gaining followers. I'm active in the breastfeeding community. I go to breastfeeding sit-ins and all of that good stuff. So
yeah, you can see, if you're watching us live on Google, there you should be able to see Jeanna's website, and has all of the articles. You can link to everything that went down when this Facebook post was made.
Right.
And they reported it and then it never got taken down, or it did get taken down?
Oh yeah, my whole Facebook account got shut down, and I cried about it because I'm a Facebook addict, and I literally called the news. And you know, I get teased about that all the time. Like, you called the news because your Facebook account got shut down? I'm like, yeah, damn straight I did. I had all my stuff on it. I wanted it back. So little did I know that that would happen. It went viral. So
too funny. Yeah, MJ and I are huge breastfeeding advocates. As a matter of fact, on the back of our business cards, we have the California Civil Code regarding breastfeeding in public.
Well, I am too, and when we created my logo for Canam Mama Clinic, if you look closely, we have a woman very shapely with breasts and kind of a bulging belly, and that was done purposely to, that's my breastfeeding background right there.
Very cool.
Hey, it looks like me.
Right? It looks like all of us. Yay, women.
As soon as you said bulging belly, I was like, hey, all right.
I love it. I love it. Round tummies rock. So.
Yay.
At least water flows off of them more easily than...
My son loves to play with it. He's like, it's like Jell-O. I'm like, yes, there we go.
It makes me feel so good.
Thank you for that, child. But hey, so before we get off, because we're close to the end time now, and it just goes so quickly when we have a great conversation like this. But I want to make sure that you get the opportunity to pitch and promote anything that you have coming up, or anything in particular that you'd like to make sure that the viewers take a peek at.
My website will be coming, and it will be www.canammamaclinic.com. You can find all the information about me at www.polyscimommy.com currently. And the About section of Canam Mama Clinic gives you a lot more information about what I do and what I hope to do. Like I said, we're doing events monthly with Heidi Keys of Puff Pass Paint. You can find her on, as recently as Bravo. She was on a show on Bravo recently.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, she's doing really great things and blowing up too. She's expanding into other states. So literally blowing up. So yeah, and just stay tuned, because I have a lot planned. It's only been 2 months, so to have gone this far in 2 months has been a little bit mind-blowing.
Yeah. Slightly. What about you, Em? What do you have in the near?
Oh, let's see. Is that right, Poli-Sci Mommy? Jeanna?
That's right.
Okay, cool. Well, and if you're watching us live, you should be able to connect right to it. Let's see. What I have going on is what do I have going on? You kind of stumped me here. Oh, I have a hangout on the 23rd with Miss Francesca Orlando, and God, I don't even know what we're going to talk about. We might talk about poop.
Always a good topic. Shit. Everything comes to shit. Everything goes to shit at some point.
It's my favorite. I have a 4-year-old boy. We talk about it all the time, so it's perfect. Let's see. We might talk more about like gut healing, so kind of on the nutrition side. But you know,
so just.
She is a nutritional therapist. Yes, she rocks. She helps us all. But also, too, I wanted to make sure that everybody knew that last week, I think, was International Baby Wearing Week, and the girls at Baby Wearing International San Diego donated carriers to Lindsay Project.
So cool. I know. So for those of you that don't know, MJ and I work with a community school here in San Diego that is for young parents. It allows them to finish their high school education by providing childcare on site and other parenting support. And MJ and I organize, it used to be bi-weekly, but now it's just monthly parenting classes, and we started a lending library for baby carriers.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so next week we have another, what I call Lindsay Tribe Gathering, where we're going to have those carriers that Baby Wearing International San Diego donated, and they will also have a baby wearing educator, Liz Hampton. Whoop, whoop, Liz.
Mama Liz.
to demo all of the carriers for the girls. So we're really excited because the class is going to be full of all of these new little itty bitty babies and bigger babies, and our kids are going to be running around like crazy. I know. Where are the babies?
Yeah.
No, all the babies.
How old is yours, Jeanna?
So I have a 20-month-old, but I also have a 10-and-a-half-year-old. So he's
Okay.
my baby too. I love him, and he's my superstar.
Cool.
I've got 2 babies.
Nice.
So you basically have 2 only children.
Yes, isn't that amazing? And my son is like the best big brother ever. So
Oh, yeah. Totally.
I got off super easy with that, you know.
So also to OG, I wanted to point out that this month of October, there's a lot of awarenesses in this month. I think there's ovarian cancer awareness. There's all sorts of awarenesses. What else?
Breast cancer.
Breast
autism.
cancer. Oh yes, breast cancer. But it's also National Infant Loss and Miscarriage Awareness Month, and
that's a very difficult topic, and we want to make sure that our mamas feel support and loved.
yes. And I finally shared about my experience recently. So check out All Things Crunchy on Facebook. I did finally post about I was 10 weeks pregnant recently, and had a miscarriage actually naturally at home, and it was really hard. And I've had 2 miscarriages prior to having my son, but we have an event coming up, a healing miscarriage loss circle that's coming up here in San Diego, and I'm really excited to be a part of it. So if you've had a loss and you're in San Diego, please, figure out a way to check out our Facebook Mama Tribe network or All Things Crunchy. I've posted about it too, or message us, because if you've had a loss, I mean, it's just good to, to kind of reach deep down and, figure out maybe if there's things that you need to work through, and be around women who need to do that too. So,
and also I would just like to point out to people out there that next time you come across somebody with a baby, don't ask, is this your first?
Yeah, I've had a lot of people say to me, have more, have more.
Yeah.
And this, like, you never know what somebody's going through. Like, I have a friend who gets told that, and her husband had a vasectomy, and she didn't want him to, and so that really hurts her, And for me, I'm an actress, so I can put it on and just, just go through, but it does really hurt because I did, and I will try again, but some women, it takes a long time, so.
So let's just be aware of how something so banal or mundane to us can be very hurtful to others. So mind your words, people.
All right, enough of that emotion.
I know. Stop.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I didn't expect to really. I mean, it's been a while, but
But it's human enough and
Let it out.
that we can just say we're glistening.
There we go. So also too. So next week we have Kara Cadwallader. Yeah, I said her name right. So she's going to come on. She's from the First 40, and I'm working with her on this healing miscarriage loss circle. I'm so excited to have her on, coming into our Mama Tribe. Yeah, I'm excited. I love how many people we are just connecting and meeting with, and so we're going to have her on because she does postpartum stuff, just a ton of stuff, and so we had her on the last season, and I just feel like there's always more stuff you can talk about postpartum care.
She does the 40 days postpartum. So you know how in some cultures there are like certain things that are done within those 40 days directly after birth. That's what Kara.
Cannabis use is very important part of postpartum health.
Yeah.
And I credit cannabis use with even having my son because I was a habitual aborter, and then cannabis saved my baby. So
Gotcha.
And I definitely, that miscarriage stuff hits home.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's funny how many people you figure out who've had miscarriages when you've had a miscarriage. Like they just,
It's really common.
yeah, it is. It's a miracle to make a baby, you know, to actually birth a baby. It really is a miracle. So, hey, we have a comment, and it's a really sweet one. Alicia, if you're listening, maybe this is one of your friends, Gina. I don't know. Alicia Aureli, Aureli.
Aureli?
Aureli. She says, "I love you, ladies. Thank you for all you do."
Yay! Thank you, chica.
Hey, thank you. Thank you for watching. Hell yeah, that's awesome.
Okay, so time's up.
Okay, let's go do our day. What's your day gonna be like, Gina?
I actually am working. I have a lot of work to do, so work.
Well, I'll be cleaning because the in-laws arrived today, so I have to make the house somewhat less hazardous.
And you're probably going to be working on promoting your show for tomorrow night. The
that too.
The second part of circumcision.
That's right, Circumcision 101B.
Hey, awesome. And I'm
Ladies.
going to get ready for a fun few days coming up here soon. I'm going to be getting my house ready for me not being here.
I know, you get to travel and go away.
Oh, yeah. Jealous. Peanut butter and jelly.
All right, so hang out on the Hangout for a second, Gina. I'm going to stop the broadcast, and thank you guys for watching. We had a lot of viewers.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Yay. Bye, guys.